Hi Gemini, thanks for joining me for your January 2018 Astro Tarot forecast. Thank you for subscribing to this channel and for your support by sharing and liking these videos, and for your support on my other social media pages, Instagram and Facebook. I am grateful for you and thank you for choosing me for your readings. If you haven't already, purchase a 60 or 90 minute annual Astro Tarot forecast reading. Please consider that with me. I look over your full natal chart as well as do several psychic tarot reading spreads within the session. So I am shuffling a new deck from Salvador Dali, and it is the Dali Tarot Universal. It's beautiful and I'm just getting used to it, getting some great messages with it. So let's see what comes up for you eventually. I'll be shuffling through the Astro forecast. We start January on the 1st with a full moon at 11 degrees of Cancer. So there's an awareness here for you, Gemmy, and it's in your money sector, and it's in your confidence sector, your self-worth, and your security. So you're putting an end to outdated ways of thinking in terms of your money. You could also be closing the door on a way of earning. You could be over a certain position and moving forward. I feel like you're putting an end to worry about your confidence level, and you could just feel maybe a little bit emotional at the top of the year, but don't take it to heart. You know, full moons are emotional energy. And in the second house of insecurities and securities, you could be feeling a little less than, but don't let it affect your entire year. You have some beautiful energies ahead and transits ahead to replenish that energy for this month. On the 11th, Mercury, your ruling planet, enters Capricorn, and this will assist your shared resources sector. So Mercury's now direct, and he is able to move forward in helping you analyze and study and assess all of your money, your 8th house of property, shared resources, your intimate relationships. This is a great online dating placement with Mercury in the 8th. It's also contract time and signing and investment time. Where is your money and who is responsible for it? Mercury in the 8th has you going over budgets and making sure you know the ins and outs of all things monetary in your life. Our new moon is also in that sector on the 16th at 26 degrees of Capricorn. New intimacy for Gemini and Gemini rising. And please watch your rising sign forecasts and your moon sign for a full cosmic catch-up for the month. The new moon in the 8th house, if you're looking for new investors, new business partnership, new intimate connections, and sexual experience. This is the time to put yourself out there, because the 8th house is a private sector. It's one of the quiet sectors, like the 4th and the 12th. But with just a little effort on new moons in those areas, you can reap reward. And it won't take so much on the new moon for you to put yourself out there. Just being seen might be all it takes. On the 17th, Venus moves into Aquarius, and 2 days later, on the 19th, the Sun moves into Aquarius. This might be the time for long-distance travel for Gemini. It could also be a time of study and a time to realign with your belief system. And there's a harmonious energy in the 9th house of all things metaphysical, healing, Reiki, astrology, tarot, and learning. Learning about what is foreign to you. You could also have romance in a foreign location, because Venus, the planet of attraction, is in the 9th house. Where you travel to could bring you new love, new attraction. And you could also fall in love with a location and revisit. The Sun is also there, so all of your attention is in the 9th house of foreign culture, belief systems, theology, philosophy. On the 26th, Mars enters Sagittarius, and he does so without the influence of Saturn there. So now Gemini is fully ready to receive soulmate. And Saturn had been in that sector for you for 3 years. So having Mars make up some replenished energy for 60 days in the 7th house of soulmates, marriage, partnership, business partnership, can find Gemini coupled up by the end of his transit, which is at the end of February. There's energy for relationship now where there hasn't been. There was a limiting energy in your marriage sector for 3 years, a restrictive energy for Gemini. And a lot of Geminis have been single because of it and very discerning of who's worthy of being their partner. That's what Saturn does. He doesn't let just anyone in. But now that he's gone and Mars is there is a ton of action and activity for Gemini. And you might have to grow accustomed to this energy because you're not used to being ready to go here. So be prepared for some dynamic Mars energy, Mars, in this sector. On the 31st, there's a full moon total lunar eclipse at 11 degrees of Leo. This sextiles any energy that you have or planetary placements you have with Gemini. And there is closure in the 3rd house of publications and writing and communication and neighborhood activity, sibling relationships, the vehicle, transportation, local travel, local studies, smaller studies. Gemini is finishing smaller courses at this time. You could be eclipsing out a relationship with your sibling if you have a lot of beef or a tremendous rivalry happening. Of course, it applies very differently. That's why I tell you to watch all 3 of your signs, but also to consider booking a private reading because these are general forecasts. Closure in this 3rd house could even see the vehicle go away and you consider a new ride at this time. You also could be returning from smaller trips and smaller travel that you need to drive to. And the same day on the 31st, Mercury moves into Aquarius in that 9th house. So communicating with who you might have met from a different trip or location could be happening, but also study, reading. Absorbing information like a sponge is what Gemini is doing in this month. And the more you can learn, the better. No one's ever said, damn, I wish I didn't learn that. Any information you can absorb would be helpful. I really do want to address the tarot. I'm very excited about this month and just using this tarot deck. So let's see what's here for Gemini for January 2018. And if you'd like to book with me, I'm at audreyalison.com. Also, your VIMEO on-demand medium messages and fortune card readings are now available and up. And they have been for a week or so. So if you're not following me on VIMEO, get into it. Here's your first card. Ace of Coins. An offer. An opportunity. Definitely an offer for earnings. 2nd house. 8th house. Shared resources. New work. An opportunity coming in for Gemini. 2 of Cups. A relationship, intimacy, the 7th house, the 8th house where your new moon is. Mutual relationship, love, the soulmate. The 2 of Cups is the desired relationship. And now it's here, it's present. Page of Coins. There's another coin on that. And this could be the offer itself. The page is a message of work, a message for a new opportunity to earn. It could also be a younger earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, present for Gemini. Wow. And the Ace of Cups, new love. Wow. 2 of Cups and the Ace. I really think relationships ahead for Gemini and Gemini rising. And if you were torn between 2 lovers, there's one that remains. Such a beautiful spread. You have 2 aces that ensconce the cards. They start with the ace, it ends with the ace. And what's in between are offerings of love and work, self-confidence and financial protection. The protection of your health and wealth is available now. And so is relationship. This is a new love, a new interest for Gemini. And this is the relationship you could be in or you already are in. So choose wisely. You have options. I think that Gemini is now available because Saturn is gone from the 5th house, or the 7th house, and you are open to connection at this time. I am so excited for you, Gemmy. I'm wishing you a beautiful 2018. Happy New Year and happy holidays. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.